Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Hair Impact. I'm Cassandra Hilos. I'm your host, and today we're gonna talk about animal poaching and how that affects us. So I don't know if you know animal poaching. Maybe you also know it as wildlife poaching or illegal wildlife hunting and black market of wildlife and so on. There's so many terms about that. So, poaching is actually when people hunt illegally wildlife like elephants, rhino, monkeys, tigers, and other lions and other similar wildlife that are going towards extinct. And there are four ways that actually affect us. It's not about that it doesn't, it affects us 100%. And that's why we need to stop buying products from poaching, because if we don't buy, there's no demand, and therefore we're saving animals. There's no need to hunt and kill them or capture them to have to send them, to buy them live in our houses. Depends what you are into. So number one is of course animal extinction. So there's so many animals because of poaching that are in danger to extinct. And the thing is, because this is a really sensitive ecosystem we live, we don't realize it, but it's so sensitive. So if one species is in danger, then it will affect other species, including us. So if one animal is in extinction, so the other species may be also affected, including humankind. And this is mostly if you go locally and you see local communities, mainly in Africa, where the high percentage of poaching occurs there. You see local communities suffer because of poaching, because of tigers and elephant and these big animals, mammals. Because their extinction, other animals are rising their popularity, so they threaten their livelihood, their livestock. Because of that, so at the end of the day, local communities are suffering more and are more sensitive to be affected by poaching. So that's one of the highlighted impacts that poaching is. The second one is that actually people are killed because of poachers. So people, because it's so profitable, this black market, let's say industry, in a way, is so dangerous, it's so profitable, it's also so dangerous. And therefore the rangers that are protecting wildlife, they are also threatened, and a lot of them are killed because of poachers. So it's a very dangerous profession in Africa to be a ranger, but they have to do it in order to protect the wildlife, which is really declining. Especially latest years, it's declined a lot, like thousands of animals are killed. And one of the reason is the China market is blooming. China is becoming a richer and richer country, and they rely in many of their products. They rely on wildlife for medicine, for meat. So poaching is profitable because of that. Another way that affects us, the animal poaching, is also that these animals that are imported, and therefore they carry diseases, the poached animals. So they come from countries like Africa, that can actually carry diseases to the imported countries. and that is very dangerous for the population. Diseases like Ebola, which is easily to be spread, they can spread in this way. Another reasons, final reasons, is actually tourism, wildlife tourism. Some local communities in Africa that rely so much in wildlife tourism, and if the population is declined, then these communities suffer a lot because tourists will not come to watch wildlife. Therefore, they don't have the income, the economy, the local economy doesn't exist at the end, and they suffer. So these four reasons are very important to understand why wildlife and poaching is should be legal, which is many countries, but also actually to prevent killing wildlife. And it's so important that we need to understand that we are an ecosystem as a whole. The planet is an ecosystem, and each species relates to another. So if some of the species are in danger, then we can be too. Imagine the planet, no other animal, only humans. How much we can survive with that? Just imagine. We have climate change, we have other issues. So imagine us having no food because of climate change, because of drainage, of floods, and all this catastrophe because of it. And on the other hand, wildlife extinction and species extinctions, and then livestock extinctions. So we need to protect wildlife. We need to protect the elephants, the tigers. We need to choose not to travel to countries that they use wildlife as an attraction, rather than to go to see them in the wild or in conservations, and support NGOs that want to support them and help them grow the populations. There's one conservative biologist that I know that she said in 15 years elephants will be extinct. Can you imagine a world without elephants? I don't want to. I cannot think the world without elephants. And I hope in the future I will not have to see the world without elephants. Thank you for being with me. Acknowledge your superpowers, especially for animal poaching, and join NGOs that want to help to extinct that and protect the wildlife. And when you travel or you buy products, remember you help animal poaching. So please don't.